So guys, it's that time. OTAs are officially here for the Dallas Cowboys, and as we know, every team that has a new head coach gets to start things off a week early compared to all the other teams in the league, and it's actually an exciting time for once because Jerry Jones and the Cowboys made some real moves and some real changes this offseason. Obviously, the biggest move in terms of buzz was the George Pickens trade to create a top-tier wide receiver duo with CeeDee Lamb, but the Cowboys also did some other big things like drafting their third first-round offensive lineman in a row named Tyler. They shored up the trenches, added to the secondary with a guy like Shevon Revel. There is so much to talk about in this video. A lot happened in OTAs, and it was just great to see all the guys out there and meeting and getting used to each other. Before I do get into everything in this video and this breakdown, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 60,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so we were not really able to see too many highlights from the day, but that's besides the point. OTA footage is pretty irrelevant anyways. Usually it's just guys doing footwork drills, that kind of stuff, making wide open throws. But we did get to see George Pickens in his Dallas uniform for the first time, and he was looking pretty crispy, man. I'm excited to see what he can do because for as great as CeeDee Lamb is, Pickens adds an element to this team that they didn't have, and that is being able to go up and consistently win those one-on-one 50-50 balls. Being that he's a big-bodied receiver with a big frame, he really can make those back-breaking plays on 3rd and long. I'm not saying CeeDee can't do that because he can do it all, but life was already tough enough as the only real threat on the offense, so now everything is going to open up thanks to this Pickens addition. Anyways, really one of the only valuable things that we can take out of OTAs were the interviews, and some of the guys had some great things to say that has me excited about this upcoming season. I think the Cowboys have already proven that they have a renewed sense of energy and a new purpose to get back to the success they had a few years ago, where they were always at least a 12-win team, but obviously the Cowboys want to have more than just regular season success. Alright, let's start off with new head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Here are some of the main points from his interview.
How important is it doing these voluntary sessions that you get your veteran guys here at 90% or whatever percentage you're looking for?
Well, I think they set the example for the young guys. I think that's part of it. I see these young guys as they're sponges, right? They're trying to figure out not just, hey, where do I stay? Like, how do I eat when I leave here? So they're trying to do that. So then when they're here, we try to not always partner them up per se with a veteran, but get them to where they can lean on those guys. We have the guys talk to them about different things and routines. So it's obviously voluntary. It should be voluntary. These guys have things that come up. There's nothing more important than taking care of their families and things like that. But really pleased with the turnout. And when the guys have been here, they're working their asses off.
Micah indicated that you approached him and said, I need you here. Now, obviously, he can't be 100%. Why did you feel like that was important?
Well, the first couple of days, what we were doing some, team building things, some culture. We've spoken very openly about trying to create one of the greatest cultures in professional sports. Micah is going to be a leader for us. Micah wants to be a leader for us. He's going to do that. And so I felt like it was really important for him to be here to begin that process. And again, it's a voluntary camp, but the fact that he did that.
I think OTAs are especially more important for teams going through a coaching change like the Cowboys are, because it does take a little more effort to learn the new system, build a connection and relationship with the coach, and if Micah Parsons really does want to be the leader of this team, then so far he definitely is off to the right start. And he recently was training with Myles Garrett in a viral social media video that just came out, but overall I think Brian was a great hire, even with how much of a surprise it was when it happened, and the Cowboys really do desperately need a culture shift or even change. Now let's take a look at what the newest and biggest addition to the team over the offseason himself had to say in George Pickens.
How does it feel to be here and be with CeeDee and be on the field with Dak for the first time?
It feels good. Fresh start is always, growing point. So it feels good right now just getting around the guys.
CeeDee mentioned that you guys have trained in the past together.
Yeah.
Now that your teammates have gotten to practice together, I know it's only been a couple of times, but what's that dynamic been like?
It's been great, honestly. Like he said, we trained before, and then just being here, learning the plays, just a good vibe.
What did you know of Dak before, and how do you what are your early impressions of him working with him?
Very smart. At the quarterback, that's kind of one of the biggest things you need, and he's very smart.
When you found out about the trade, was CeeDee one of the first people you reached out to?
He was actually one of the first people to reach out to me, besides Jerry and, the actual people. But, as far as players, he's one of the first players.
What was that conversation like with you two? Was it just...
Like I told him, just good vibes. He was super happy. Some of the guys on defense as well, whole team super happy.
How surprised were you about the trade and those kinds of things? 'Cause I know you.
Yeah, I wasn't. Everything's kind of a business, even kind of like what you guys do is a business. So I wasn't really like too shocked or too excited. I was just ready to work. Yeah.
What was that first interaction with Jerry Jones like?
Like I said, super excited. It's like when you get a present on Christmas. He was just super happy.
Did they talk to you at all about roles and how you would fit in the offense?
No, not yet. Just working with the guys. We got rookies here too, so everybody's just been kind of grinding.
People have so much to say about you and the type of person you are. Going back to Pittsburgh, what is something that people don't know about you? What do you want people to know about you, or something that they don't know about you?
That I'm actually like a chill guy. It's like a big phase of a tornado that's not even true. I'm not a chill guy, and I just love to work.
George Pickens is a guy that has been way overdue for a change in scenery and just a change in culture, and he mentioned how he has trained with Dak and CeeDee in the past, so it's good that some of that initial chemistry and friendship is already there, and you can tell that George has a new open mindset because this interview actually showed how smart and intelligent he is. He looked friendly, he really does look excited for this new opportunity because this is the first time he is going to get to be in an offense that loves to attack through the air. I love that Pickens pointed out that in reality he's just a chill guy, despite what the narrative from the media is. The smile on his face was definitely a great thing to see if you're a Cowboys fan. Sometimes all the player needs is just a reset and a new environment to thrive in, and I really think that is what we could be seeing right here now. Alright, now moving on to CeeDee Lamb, let's take a look at some of the highlights and key moments from his interview.
Excited to be back. It's good to be back with the guys, figuring out our identity for the season and going in full head of steam.
Seeing Dak walking off the field, he was excited about throws and talking about, I don't know if I've heard him say that, maybe I just haven't been privy to it, but I mean, it's practice.
Yeah, it is, and this is kind of where you win everything. This is where everything starts, and obviously the 2025 season starts now. So for us, taking every opportunity, every rep, being grateful to being out there again with the guys as a unit, healthy, and back to just enjoying ball again.
CeeDee, what most excites you about Pickens?
Everything. His demeanor, everything that he brings to the table, deep threat ability, able to block, and the energy he just brings to the game.
As I've said so many times, CeeDee Lamb is going to be able to thrive even more now that opposing secondaries can't focus on him only nearly as much as they used to be able to. And we all know Jerry Jones through the draft has been building up the trenches, which should allow Dak more time to throw, which ultimately means more time for CeeDee to get open. I think the Cowboys are really headed in the right direction to get back on track. Obviously injuries and having an unbalanced offense with the inability for the Cowboys to be able to run the ball over the last few years has just plagued this team, and the front office attacked those weaknesses head on. I never thought they would make a trade like the Pickens one in a million years, but it's a done deal, and after that trade I think everyone is feeling much better about the balance of this offense and just this team overall. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly does mean the world. I'm definitely curious to hear how you guys are feeling about this Cowboys team as we approach week 1 of the 2025 season, which is going to be here before we know it. But yeah, thanks for watching once again. Be sure to hit that post notification bell so you never miss another upload. Let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.